different platforms coming your way very soon. But right now you can catch us on YouTube and YouTube Music, Wrestling with Comedy. I am your host, the Real Deal Joel Davis, comedian, the Real Deal Joel Davis, former professional wrestler, MMA fighter, motivational speaker, currently stand-up comedian, promoter, and podcaster. We have a very special show tonight for you folks. And this guest is coming to us live from the state and the West Coast, L.A., Los Angeles, California. This is episode number 39. Before we get to our very special guest that we are happy to have here tonight on Wrestling with Comedy, we have a shout-out to one of our best listeners who's been listening to every show, tuning into every show, including part one of the gentleman that we have on here tonight. He has been very great enough to be able to tune into all our shows. He deserves a shout-out. He's coming from the state of Kentucky. David Purcell, 4400. David, thank you for joining us every episode. He has not missed an episode, and he's here tonight again live and watching the show live, and we appreciate you, David Purcell, 4400. Shout out to you, personal shout out. Before we get to the show, we're going to give you the top four performing episodes so far on Wrestling with Comedy. Now, these are unique views, people. That means that they only count once. If somebody watches the same podcast more than once, it's only going to count as one. Currently, the top four podcasts. Episode 11, stand-up comedian who's been a KillTony bucket pull, Donna Lee, episode 11. She's at number one, currently right now with 413 views. Number two is former WWF star out of the state of Florida, Big Ron Shaw, episode 19, 374 views. Number three, martial artist and stand-up comedian, also been the werewolf, Mr. V, out of Massachusetts, episode 10, 328 views. Number four, out of the state of New Jersey, actress and stand-up comedian, the very funny Kelly Fine, episode 30, and she's at 302 views. Congratulations to all those guests. No, 4 different guests, 4 different episodes, but every episode's been great. Every episode's been up over 100 views, and we appreciate everyone. But tonight, it's all about this man coming out of L.A. His name is Cameron Newsome. He's known better on the scene as Cameron DeJuan. He's from Los Angeles, California area, and he's actually a comedian, not only a stand-up comedian, he's an actor. He's right now working on a television program that's coming along that you'll be looking out for. He's writing The Turbulent Ties with his brother, Sean Newsome. This is Cameron Newsome. He's here tonight. He's part of that television program. He's going to be in the No Town Comedy as a headliner. Mitch Vatros at 538 South Virginia Street. He's the headliner in Reno, Nevada on Saturday night, July 11. Cameron DeJuan, he's here tonight. He's going to be going over to Vegas. He's headlining there July 11. He's been a feature comedian on Keeping It Real Comedy out here in the state of Rhode Island. April 24 and August 21, he was the feature both nights with Keeping It Real Comedy. Took the roof off both nights. He's here tonight. That's right. Episode 39. Cameron DeJuan, L.A. comedian and actor. He's worked with some of the greats like Tom Arnold. He's just got back from Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, doing his thing. We're so happy, so blessed to have him. Cameron, welcome to the show.
God dang, man, that was a mouthful. Welcome, everybody. How y'all doing? Hey, thank you, Joel, for having me on the show yet again for the part 2, man. I appreciate it, man.
Well, brother, let me tell you something. When you get the credentials you do, you just can't sum that up in 30 seconds. You know what I mean? So we just got to keep it real and raw like we always do. On a side note, before we get to the interview podcast with Cameron, I'd like to say, as a Real Deal Joel Davis, I'm going to give you a testimonial. I met this man about a little over a year ago now. He came in, it was just business. All it was business. We worked this show here. I'm going to show you a frame picture the frame flyer poster of the show. There he is, Cameron DeJuan, the feature there, and that's April 24 in Cranston, Rhode Island. That man came in. I did not know him at all, never met him, booked him through social media, through an email and a phone call. He came in. It was only business. We became great friends within minutes of meeting him. What a class act from the word go. So proud to call him a friend. There he is, the feature there. That wasn't it. He flew back out here again in August 21. He come back and he featured again, Keeping It Real Comedy at Morosco's Bar and Grill in Cranston, Rhode Island. There's Cameron there, right there, as a feature comedian again. This man right here, I want you to know, is not only a great stand-up comedian and actor, he has a very bright future. He's willing to travel, and like I like to say, he's playing the game for real. Cameron, let's talk about it. Las Vegas, Reno, Nevada. Let's start right up with that. You're going with the Reno, Nevada, Saturday, July 11. What's going on? That's like a big show you're headlining.
So I met this guy, shout out to Gucci. I know he probably ain't watching, but he'll see it when I post it. But anyway, I met him when I got invited the first time with a comic that I met Tom on for the first time, and also Craig Robinson and Brad Williams. We performed the same night together. But anyway, me and her, we drove up to Reno. We did a show out there and met him and never lost his contact. And then he hit me up like maybe a couple months ago. He's like, hey, man, you want to headline my show? And I'm like, hey, let me get back with you in a couple weeks, man. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So I'm just now seeing the poster that he put out. I'm like, okay, this shit's for real, you know? So, yeah.
Yeah, once you see the poster, once you see Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all X, the former Twitter, all those different social media platforms, when you see your name and your face on the poster, then that's when you say, yeah. Oh, yeah, I made it. I'm going to Vegas. And Vegas is come on, Reno, Nevada, headliner, Reno, Nevada. I mean, how many comedians are in the game 20, 25 years and they only had to dream about being in Reno, Nevada? Never mind headlining, brother. That you are so blessed. Cameron DeJuan is here tonight, episode 39, Wrestling with Comedy. I am your host, comedian, the real deal, JoeDavis. He's nodding his head yes because, yeah, you're very confident, but also a very modest man. He's one of the best. Keep an eye out for him. I said it before in part one. I'll say it again on part two. And it was just a side note, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. We really appreciate it. Keep on bringing you these lives every Tuesday night, every Thursday night live stream. It's not easy. If they said it was easy, they were lying. And let me tell you something, a live stream two nights every week is no joke, no pun intended. Cameron, you started up, how many years now in comedy? And tell us a little bit about your debut.
Only 4 years, man. It's funny because like me and my brother, we started out doing comedy skits and everything like that. And like when I graduated from college, I found this one dude. Shout out to Reggie Coles. He's a big streamer out here. Anyway, he used to make these videos where it was like he would have multiple characters, but the character be himself. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. I'm trying to figure out how to do it. And like when I figured it out, my brother was like, hey, can I do it with you? I'm like, no. He's like, Cam, can I do it with you? I said, no. So my brother, he's very persistent. He's like, Cam, can I do it with you? I said, fine, whatever. So the first video we did, man, we took off, man. We hit like 3,000 views within minutes. And
wow.
So, and like at that point, we just kept shooting out ideas, man. It was so bad, man. I was screwing up at work, man. I'd be like at work and I'd be just daydreaming, just writing stuff down or whatever. We'd come home after work, we'd knock them out. And I had some people comment like, man, you ever tried stand-up comedy? I said, man, I ain't finna do that. I ain't gonna lie, man. I was so scared. Like anybody starting out doing stand-up comedy, it is scary as hell because you're like, the fear of being judged, the fear of being vulnerable, the fear of not knowing what to talk about. It's like Joel, you know what I'm talking about. And so
right on, brother.
One day, so I moved out here to California, and like I'm like, okay, now I'm here now. I'm like, let's just do it. So I went to a local comedy club and everything like that. I just sat there in an open mic, and I'm like, I can't be no worse than these dudes. If I suck, I'm gonna blend in, you know.
That's funny, man. That's funny shit, man.
So I remember to calm my nerves, I used to like drink or whatever. And I remember one time I did a show, open mic, man. I was so drunk I fell on stage, and I went with it. I was like, that's not a drink. I really fucking fell, and everybody fucking started laughing. It was crazy. And at that moment, I stopped drinking before I go on stage. But yeah, I took it and ran with it. It was material that I just came up with on the fly, you know. So I like to use my improv skills, man. It's a muscle. So
yeah, man. Let's just talk about it. Let's just make it mention so people don't get it twisted or confused. I mean, you've been on the scene for 4 years, but you're traveling across the country. You're in L.A. You just got back from Atlanta, Georgia. You're heading to Reno, Nevada in July. You've been to New York. You've been up and through New Hampshire in the New England states. You're back and forth, Cameron. You know, you've really on the fast track in stand-up comedy. We are so happy to have you here for part 2. And you know, and the deal is this is you, like I say, you are in the game for real. You're playing for keeps, you know what I'm talking about. Let's talk about this. Now, you're up here for Keeping It Real Comedy in the state of Rhode Island, the next state over from Massachusetts, and you did 2 shows up here. You featured both shows, April 24 and August 21. On the August 21 show, I got to bring it up. There was a hilarious part. People don't see what happens before the shows and after the shows, but there was something going on before that show went down. DJ Robbie Fresh and the videographer Justin were moving a very expensive speaker. DJ Fresh, I think, met Mary Jane a little bit there, and he bumped into like the hallway wall there or something or other, and the speaker almost fell, and DJ Robbie Fresh was trying to make sure the speaker didn't fall. You and I were there with the other comedians. The audience was just starting to like funnel in, and it's just a funny freaking story, and I want you to tell us what you saw. And I remember you saying when DJ bumped into the wall with the speaker, you said, "Oh no, that's not that expensive." Can you tell us what happened?
Yeah, I was just being sarcastic. I was just being myself, man. Like, so I got there and I met up with you, met up with everybody and stuff like that. We in the middle of talking and, you know, getting the lineups together and everything like that. And all of a sudden I hear a boom. I'm like, damn. And he just like casually just picked up and just kept going. I'm like, damn, that ain't that damn expensive, I guess, you know. And so it was a funny moment. And hey, but we got it to work. He didn't damage it. So, you know, I know Robbie hate hearing this story every time though. So
Oh, Robbie loves you, man. You know that, and we you know, us people that were there, you know, anybody that was involved in that show, we have so great memories that we'll have for the rest of our life, and so many great fun times. And I'll just go on the record as a promoter. If you're a promoter out there looking for a talent anywhere across the country, Cameron DeJuan, also known as Cameron Newsome, is one gentleman. He supports everyone. There's not 1% bad energy. He shows up on time. If he says it, he does it. He's there early, not even close to being late for a show, and he keeps his word. If he says he'll be there, he'll be there. And he brings you a quality set no matter what the audience might be. Like, you know, the first time you come up in April, we had a sold-out show. That room held almost 50 people. They were wall-to-wall. You came back in August. It was a summer show. Hey, listen, there was other shows in the area. We did about maybe 20 people, but that happens in stand-up comedy, you know, but you still brought it and you still killed it again. And you know, so Cameron DeJuan is here tonight. He's also, he was born Cameron Newsom, became Cameron DeJuan. We got some people asking you if you're a Yankee fan. You got a woohoo here for you. Not a Yankee fan. Okay, just wanted to get that across.
Hey, it just looks good with my gear. That's all.
It looks good with your gear. Let's talk about it. Now, a lot of people don't know this. And you know, I just found out this myself, and this is very, very interesting. Cameron Newsome, also known as Cameron DeJuan, our guest tonight. His dad is a very, very famous Major League Baseball player. And people don't realize, now I'm not talking about AA or AAA. I'm talking about Major League Baseball. Cameron Newsome, also known as Cameron DeJuan, his dad, former Major League Baseball, Warren the Deacon Newsome, played for the Los Angeles Dodgers, the Chicago White Sox, the Seattle Mariners, and the Texas Rangers. Warren Newsome, known as the Deacon, also played 2 teams in Mexico and 1 team in Korea. Let's talk about your dad. What years did he play MLB, brother?
I want to say he played from 91 to 96. And after that, that's when he started traveling, playing for international teams and stuff like that. And I was like really young at the time. I think I was probably like, so when he went to the White Sox, I think I was like maybe 4 or something like that. And like going through that era, I didn't even know how good I had it because I thought everybody like lived where we lived, whatever. And so, yeah, like it's funny because we were getting like special treatment and stuff like that. And I'm like, damn, these people are like super nice or whatever, but I didn't understand. I was young and everything like that. But it was pretty cool. And now that I'm older and looking back at it, I'm like, yeah, it was pretty cool. So me and my dad, like, he is probably one of the funniest people you'll ever meet. Like, you know, I get my humor from him. And every now and then we'd be like saying like, man, if I was back in your day, man, I'll bust your ass, man, in a race or whatever. My dad could run, and I could run too. So I'm like, yeah, man, if I was back in your day, man, he like, yeah, whatever. I'm like, well, I wish I could, go back, but it is what it is. We always share banter and we compare and everything like that with sports, and so it's very competitive energy between us and stuff like that. So
Yeah, man, that's great. That's a great story, Cameron. And and not for nothing, a Major League Baseball player. And I noticed he played for the L.A., the Los Angeles Dodgers, and he also played for the Texas Rangers, the state that you were born in, Texas, and now you live in L.A. and he played for the L.A. Dodgers. That's just a great coincidence right there. Does he have any baseball cards out there by Fleer or Topps or Donruss?
He got all that.
He's got all those cards out there. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah. I like baseball cards myself, and I'm sure I've seen some of his cards out there. And to be an MLB Major League Baseball player, that is very, very difficult to get to that. And I'm sure you're talking about him running. He definitely can run. But you yourself, you're an athlete, and you've had you played college football for the Blinn College, and you're an All-American track and field. And I actually seen you on video recently throwing around kettlebells like it was a piece of paper. And let me tell you something. I've worked with kettlebells, and a 10-pound kettlebell is like a 50-pound kettlebell. And I seen you working with those. I was like, wow. I was like, this guy right here is in good shape. You didn't have to tell me you're an athlete. It just pretty much spells it out. So if there was a race like right now in 2026, a sprint, who would win? Would it be Warren the Deacon Newsome, or would it be Cameron Newsome? Who would win?
It's definitely gonna be me. So back in his day, they ran the 100-yard dash, and then today is the 100 meters. So if you know anything about metrics, meters is longer than yards. So he told me what his time was, and I did the math or whatever. I said, man, I'll blow your ass out. So
Wow.
stuff like that. Yeah. So that's kind of how we are, but definitely me. So,
It's Cameron Newsome here tonight, also known as Cameron DeJuan. We are live wrestling with comedy. I'm your host, the Real Deal Joel Davis. This is part 2. We got the numbers are going up right here. We got another comment here. He's such a gentleman. Thank you, Captain Obvious. He is. I know that he is. He's a very, very much of a gentleman. He's just the way he is outside the stage and around in real life. He talked about his how close he is with his mom and his nana, and how his nana took her last paycheck and helped him get into acting school. And he's been acting in commercials since he was a youth. Again, like I had said, a very bright future. Now, you were in Atlanta, Georgia, Cameron, not too long ago. Tell us about that.
Man, it was cool, man. It was a really big venue. When I got there, it was nice. I was like, man, it was making so bad. The venue was a big strip club. So if you know anything about Atlanta,
Whoa! Wait a minute. You're talking about a strip. You're talking about a titty bar now. You performed at a strip joint comedy?
Yes.
Wow,
yes.
You got to tell us about it. Now everybody had their $1 bills, right?
There was something. But no, so when we got there, I'm like, this is like I saw like poles and stuff like that, little lounges and sofas. I'm like, damn, this is a strip club. And they were like, yeah, it is. I'm like, oh, but there was a couple of strippers walking around giving drinks and everything like that. And we went up there, we did our thing, and we shared the stage with some people doing karaoke. So it was a whole vibe and everything like that. And yeah, we killed it, brought the house down, man. Got some connections and everything like that. And yeah, so I could put that on my resume. I performed at a titty bar.
Wow, that's great. You got a comedian that just joined us, D Standup, and she's saying, yes, you are great, Cameron. She's definitely going to catch the replay, and she just joined us live here to catch the rest of the live right here. Cameron, you've been in the Bold Journey, the Shout Out LA, the Voyage KC magazine. You've been featured in all those magazines. You're heading to Reno, Nevada on July 11 as a headliner. You've done so much. Let me ask you a question, because with your experience 4 years on the stage, brother, can you give any advice to any other stand-up comedians that are tuning in tonight, or that might be tuning in on a replay, or any fans or anybody, especially the comedians themselves? How do you handle a heckler, and how many hecklers have you had? Not exact count, but tell us about the heckling scene, and how do you deal with it, and what's your suggestion?
To be honest, I think I had maybe 1 or 2 hecklers in my life. And it came from my best friends and everything like that. So me, my brother, my friends, we roast. So I'm real quick with it. Anything that somebody throw at me, I'm back at it. And I forgot what this one dude said, but like he ended up becoming the main topic of the show after he tried to throw something out there at me. So, but I'm really good at it, and I really dare people to do it. I actually would like to, turn my whole set into a roast battle if I could. And so, but nobody tried me besides them two people. So yeah, I'm really good with it. So,
I got you. Yeah.
But to answer your question, just do it. There's no easy way to do it. Just get up there and do it. If you feel like you got it, just give it a shot. You never know. You might surprise yourself.
Yeah. And Cameron, and your expertise and your 4 years on the stage, which is a long run, especially all the traveling you're doing and all the big shows that you've already performed on. What's a suggestion for a comedian that's just like maybe 2 or 3 months into it and they feel like the heckle and they don't know how to deal with it? How do you do you shoot back? Do you roast them back? Do you ignore it? What would you suggest?
If they weren't me, I would say just don't let them discourage you, because like I've seen people get on stage and they had their whole set in their mind and everything like that, and then one heckle would throw their whole rhythm off.
Yeah,
it's cricket. They just like well, and they just like, well, that's all. And they just, but no, like it takes practice. It takes practice. Yeah. So you never just, like I said, I got my friend in my circle, so it's easy for me. But for somebody else, just keep going. Don't let that discourage you. So
yeah, great.
That's all I really say. So yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much for the advice for everyone that's listening, tuning in live, and that will catch the replay. We appreciate it, and you're one of them people, like I like to say, been there, done that. Television show coming up. You're right in this with your brother Sean Newsome, Turbulent Ties. Tell us about that. That must be a lot of work, brother, and I'm sure you're enjoying what you're doing.
Yeah, it was pretty cool watching it come together. So it came from we like watching Bad Boys. We like watching
the show Cops.
No,
with
Martin.
Oh,
Bad Boys the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, so we like watching that. It's like it's comedy, it's action, and then we like playing video games like Saints Row and GTA. So we kind of put all of it together, and we just came up with this idea of somebody that's trying to become something, but he faces adversity, and it's always comedy in the struggle. And so that's what we want to put out there. And so right now it's coming together, and I'm really excited. It's going to take some time, but yeah, I'm loving the journey so far. It's not easy. Like balancing out life and work and, doing comedy and traveling and writing and coming up with ideas. It's a lot. So yeah.
It's a lot. It really is a lot. And then people, if you just tuning in, this is Cameron Newsome. He's better known on the stage as Cameron DeJuan. He's a Los Angeles comedian and actor. He's done some work on the acting scene. He's played a lot of different parts. He's working with his brother Sean Newsome, and they're writing on this big program, the television show. It's called Turbulent Ties. Keep an eye out for that. And Cameron, let me tell you something. We're about 9 minutes left to the program. We're on part 2. Another great episode with you, just like I thought it would be. You're going to be you're all over. You're all over the country. You're back and forth throughout the country. You keep a level head on your shoulders, and you like to bring the good energy. I got to ask you about one comedian you worked with, Tom Arnold. Can you tell us about when you met Tom Arnold and how was that show?
He was a strictly business. Like he greeted everybody. How you doing? My name is Tom. I'm like we don't know who you are. So I asked I played the part. I said, "How you doing, Mr. Arnold?" And like that. He like, "Please just call me Tom." I said, "Whatever."
Was that in Los Angeles, California? That show? Yeah.
I actually did 2 shows with him. The night that I met him, Craig Robinson, Brad Williams, and so he came in there, did his 20-minute set. He shook everybody's hand, took pictures. He was gone. So when he was gone, I still had to do my set, so I couldn't really sit down and have a conversation with him. The second time that I did perform with him, it was at the Roosevelt in downtown LA. It's like a big fancy hotel, but down below like a big ass venue or whatever. So I actually had time to talk to him and everything like that. Like how was it meeting DMX, because he was on this movie called Exit Wounds, and he met Kevin Hart. He was with Terry Crews on Soul Plane and everything like that. And he was like, it was just amazing. And he's so down to earth. Like you say, I'm down to earth. He's so down to earth. Like whenever you sit down with him for a minute, it's like you forget you're talking to Tom Arnold. It's like me talking to you, man. And it was pretty cool. And I appreciated every moment with him, So.
Well, that's great,
Yeah.
and you know, and not everyone gets the chance to work with someone like that, Tom Arnold out in L.A. That's the advantage that you have too. Being out in L.A., you're working with some of the big names and the big clubs, and comedy is huge on the West Coast, especially Los Angeles, California,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why
Mm-hmm.
you mentioned it in part one. You did the relocated out there, and that took a lot to do it. We got something on the program called Dealing the Names, and we're going to deal the names with you, brother, man. We got 5 names at you. Can you give us one statement or one word, please? Dealing the names with Cameron DeJuan, L.A. actor and stand-up comedian. Dealing the names. Number 1 on your list is Jimmy Shin.
Jimmy Shin, he's the one that gave me the opportunity to meet Tom, and like the show that I did with him. I know you say one word, but I just want to like tell everybody who he is. And he's like one of the biggest producers, if not out here in LA. And he went to one of my shows, and which was like an audition and show, and got an email from him immediately, and he just put me on. Like, make it so bad. When I first did a show with you, I was supposed to perform with him, with a guy named Paul Rodriguez. Not sure if you know who he is, Craig Robinson, and a couple other guys. I'm like, no, I'm headed out to Rhode Island, and yeah, so he understood. So, but one word to describe him,
yeah,
he so many names, so many things going on. I would say
that's
he's
fine.
a blessing to me. He's a blessing to me.
A blessing. All right, very good.
Yeah.
Number two on Dealing the Names here with Cameron DeJuan, Guy Revan.
Guy Rubin. Yeah, he that dude's a character. He's very, I would say, raunchy. Because if you listen to some of the stuff he's talking about, he does what a lot of comedians are afraid to do. He pushes the envelope. He'll talk about, LGBTQ. He'll talk about gay stuff, whatever. He don't care.
Right on.
But I would say he's raunchy.
Right on. Number 3 on Dealing the Names here tonight with Los Angeles comedian and actor Cameron DeJuan. Number 3 on the list is the late, great Ralphie May.
Ralphie May. Damn.
One word or one statement, brother. We got about 5 minutes, folks. Any questions? Ask Cameron. Go ahead. We got some questions coming in for you, bro, too.
I say he was great. He was great, and he was ahead of his time.
Right on. Number 4, there's 5 names on Dealing the Names, and number 4 is Tevin Cherry.
Tevin Cherry.
Boss, very good. And Dealing the Names, number 5, the last name on part 2 here tonight with Cameron DeJuan. Number 5, Dealing the Names on Wrestle with Comedy is Joe Rogan.
I would say raunchy, but I already used that word. I would say he's just unpredictable.
Unpredictable, very good. You got a question. You got a question here from Kamazowski. He's asking, do you have any stories that Tom Arnold told you back in the day, perhaps with Roseanne?
No. I don't have any. I try to keep that personal stuff like out there. Yeah, I don't.
Right on, brother.
Yeah.
Brother, we're about 4.5 minutes left to the program. What a great part 2 with you, Cameron. We really appreciate you joining us. Tell us all about 2027 coming up, brother. It's all about you tonight. Tell us a little bit about your social media and what you're looking forward to and what you got coming up. Let your fans know what you got coming up, brother.
I'm really looking forward to bringing awareness to the world. I feel like I'm doing my part by traveling and showing myself up to every state and everything like that. I really do want to punch my ticket at the mothership. I tried before, it didn't make the cut. That's one thing I want to do. If not this year, hopefully we can speed up the process with the TV show. I do hope to get on some programs to do comedy also, like be on like Netflix or something like that. Whatever the case may be there. I got some big plans, and I just trust God and just let Him lead the way, and I just follow to do what I can do to control, so.
Right on. That's such a great way to put it, Cameron. Let God lead the way. And let me tell you, you are on the right track. Your tunnel vision. Again, I just want to say I'm blessed enough to be able to have you as a friend. You're actually one of a great friend. I mean, we can not talk for 4 weeks, get on the phone. It's like we talk every day. It really is. What a great individual you are. And I'm glad that you're doing what you do because, like I had said earlier, you are here for a reason, not the season. And people got to realize that that's what this is, this Wrestling with Comedy. We're bringing you some stand-up comedians that are the future of the major league, so to speak. Your social media, brother, if anybody wants to reach out to you, do you want to throw your social media out there?
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram. It's Cameron DeJuan, CameronDejuan. I got TikTok as well. It's Newson _DeJuan, NEWSON_DEJUAN. And then our YouTube channel, me and my brother's YouTube channel, Dopery Entertainment is DOP3RYENT. And yeah, we about to kick that back up again with some more skits and music. And, you know, me and my brother also going to start doing a podcast eventually too. So yeah, we're adding to the bag, man. So.
Right on. You're always busy, 24/7. You're always thinking about the next plan, and you know you're bringing a lot of talent to the table. And all in L.A., that's the fast track out there. You know, and it's not easy to do what you're doing. And you got your brother Sean Newsome, Trouble and Ties. You know, writing the television program out there. This is Cameron DeJuan. He's featured out here in Rhode Island, April 24, August 21, 2025. He's the feature. Took the roof off both nights. He's going to be in Reno, Nevada on July 11th, Saturday night. He's going to be headlining. And let me tell you something. He's actually even been a feature comedian out there in Atlanta, Georgia at a strip joint. How many people can say that? There's a lot of jealous people out there. We got about a minute 30, brother. Finish this statement, my man. You ready? Here we go. In stand-up comedy in 2027, get ready because Cameron DeJuan is going to
blow the roof off with more venues.
Right on. That was a good answer. We really appreciate you being with us here tonight, Cameron. I know you're on the road and you're traveling, you're chasing your dream out there, and you had to stop to be here tonight. You took the time. Everybody listening tonight here live, the numbers are just hopping here. They're saying, have a good night. Congratulations. You're a comedy great, someone else said here. So you do have your fans out there. We appreciate you. This was Wrestling with Comedy. My name is The Real Deal, Joel Davis, and I'm bringing you a live stream every Tuesday night, every Thursday night. Tonight, we had Cameron DeJuan from Los Angeles, California, episode 39, part 2. Cameron, all the love and blessings to you and all the respect. You take care, my man, and until next time, folks, keep it real at all costs. Good night, everybody.